Hi, friends. I'm Scott Giles, and welcome to Power Talk, my podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I cover topics related to hypnocoaching, the hypnotic arts and sciences generally, and spirituality. If you'd like to know more about my work, check out my website, which I'll tag at the end of this video. Today, I want to talk about leaning into winter. Now, a lot of people seem to hate the winter, the cold, the slush, the dark. I hear complaints all the time. I evolved this kind of personal theory that there are some people whose DNA simply goes back to a different group of ancestors, and they are sun people. They need the sun, they love the sun, whereas other people, and I'm one of them, have DNA which goes back to ice people. We like the cold, we like the dark, we like the winter season. Now, I'm pretty sure that sun people outnumber ice people. Uh, in my personal life, I have no sun people DNA in my makeup. I really enjoy the winter. I look forward to it. My wife, Lindsay, on the other hand, is definitely a sun worshiper. And we joke around here that every fall I give her a choice of starting to use her light box, or I'm going to wall her up in the crawl space and just push food to her at the end of a long stick until spring. Now, that's a joke, of course, but in fact, she struggles with her mood, as do a lot of people during the time of seasonal dark. In the mental health community, there's even a name for this, SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder, a seasonal component in your kind of typical mood. Now, because it was obvious to me that some people are miserable in the winter season, while others, like myself, thrive, I wanted to figure out why. To help me with this, I subscribe to a YouTube channel by Jonna Jilton, an artist who lives in northern Sweden. She's in a rural area that experiences the polar winter, that is, months go by when the sun doesn't rise. She is among the people who thrive in this season. So I wanted to see what she's doing, and she's very gracious about her videos, some of which are hilarious, as a way of showing what the lifestyle is like in this Nordic climate. Now, some of her practices are not things I would embrace or recommend. For example, every morning in sub-zero Arctic temperatures, she strips down to her underwear and goes out onto a frozen lake near her home where she has cut a hole in the ice. And then she goes for a dip in the frigid water. She says it's wonderfully invigorating, and it may be. Although, if so, I will never discover that because I'm never going to do what she's doing. I made a joking reference that I thought the theory behind this practice is that if you do that every morning, the day has got to improve. But more seriously, I do like her videos because she illustrates how people in Nordic climates have learned to thrive in the winter. They lean into it. That is, they approach it with a different mindset. In Denmark, they have a name for this attitude. It's called hygge, spelled Hyggge, and that translates as cozy or contentment. To provide a context for this, studies actually show that the Danes are among the happiest people in the world, despite their climate. And this insight leading into winter is part of why they do so well. The idea is to understand that winter is a season that is different in kind from spring, summer, or fall. They do not expect to have the same lifestyle they have in the warmer seasons. If it's dark, they go to bed earlier and sleep later. They don't complain that they can't play tennis or golf, and instead look forward to shifting their activities to those that one can only do in winter: skiing, skating, sledding, curling, hockey, and so on. They have winter festivals and make it a point not to compete in what they often call the Misery Olympics, that we often compete a lot in here in the US, in my opinion. Instead, they expect to enjoy the slower pace of winter and experience a profound rest. It's something to be desired, something to look forward to. In fact, the most popular Christmas gift in northern countries is a book, because reading into the night wrapped in a blanket with a mug of scratch-made hot chocolate is one of the things they look forward to. In these cultures, winter is a time to slow down, relax, and restore. It's a positive time for that reason. Just as nature reduces itself to the bare essentials during the winter, cold and dark, so the people reduce their lifestyle expectations and enjoy the special things that are possible only in the cold season. The quiet pleasure of families and friends, warm foods that take a long time to prepare, and other special culinary treats. They lean into winter and resolve to enjoy it instead of leaning away by complaining about how different it is from the spring, summer, and fall. I think they're smart. In our modern world, we are out of sync with natural rhythms, rhythms that we evolved over millennia to follow. And it's a struggle for us to break from those rhythms, and not a healthy battle. In long ago times, people adjusted their sleep as the hours of light or darkness changed with the season. They didn't have light bulbs. The food they prepared would differ with the season. In summer, you don't want to run your oven because it makes the house hotter, but in the winter, you make your food using your stove and oven, preparing things that take longer to cook because they have to simmer, or you're baking. They don't go and get takeout just like the other seasons. They adjust to the different rhythms and enjoy things appropriate to the season. I think we should do that too. So this winter, go to bed sooner, sleep longer. Let some holiday lights burn far into the night. Learn how to make yourself a good scratch hot chocolate. Try some baking. Prepare the foods in your oven or stove that have to simmer or cook low and slow for a long time. You don't want to make those in the middle of summer, but they're delightful foods. This is the season to enjoy them. Enjoy the season and everything that is different about it. Get back in sync with the rhythm of nature, rhythms that you were evolved to follow. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with a different talk on a different subject. I'd like to invite you to join me. It does help me if you like, share, and subscribe, so please do that for me. And if I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out through my website, Patreon channel, or email. Stay well and stay safe.